Ooh, that was an extra long intro, I guess. Sorry about that, guys. We're starting up. It's a rough day. It's a rough day. I guess today's Saturday now, right? We're on weekend trading time. Typically, we don't see this much volatility, but it is what it is. We are at a point that I'll admit, I'll start it off this way today. I did not think Bitcoin would ever trade below 20K. Here we are at 18.8. Rough. Yeah, I'm not right all the time. Lately, I've been wrong more. Don't worry, the hot streaks will come back. They always do. If you're out there today, we are here for you, fam. This is your place. Come, take a breath, relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to jump into the charts and show you guys how this isn't a Bitcoin first. Although you might hear that it is. There's some historic things going on. Macro environment in the world a little scary right now. Crypto, so I admitted that I was wrong. I didn't think that would happen. But what's going on right now is not really that crazy for Bitcoin. What's going on in the world, what's going on with the bond markets, what's going on with inflation, what's going on with quantitative easing and tightening, those things are actually much weirder. Much more unusual for Bitcoin to see it drop a huge percent. This is crypto. That's why we're here. We're here for the volatility. But bonds and inflation and interest rates, these things are very big. They're very strange. We have a very uncertain future into the next, I don't know, I'll say at least the end of this year. We have a very uncertain future. Things are not really the calm, comfortable world that we've lived in. At least in my demographic, my age group, we've never really experienced this. This is spicy. I'm going to stick with what I said. I still do believe this, and very little is going to change that. Is right now, we don't know when this will end, and this isn't just crypto. This is everything. This is all equities, all commodities, currencies even. We don't know when the bottom will be. But there's some silver lining. As millennials, this probably goes out to Gen Z. This probably goes down the tree. We have never seen the markets have this much opportunity for wealth transfer ever. What everyone should be doing is making a plan. That plan, this isn't going to sound sexy, but it is what it is. That plan should start with making a budget. Look at your income. Look at your expenses every month. Set aside what you need to pay your bills, for your leisure, for your entertainment. Calculate everything. Budgeting is not about denying yourself things. It's about knowing. It's about having a track of what you're spending and what you're making. Figure that out. Do you have extra income? If you do, I highly think that a 401k, a Roth IRA, DCAing into crypto, whatever it is going to be maybe once in a lifetime. These prices, these discounts. This is going for everything, not Bitcoin, specifically for you guys tuning in. Everything. If you can, without disrupting your quality of life, maybe look into increasing those contributions. People are very comfortable buying assets while they're trending up. And they complain about it being so high. And they say, oh, you're so lucky, you got in low. People get in low by doing that, by DCAing, by making purchases slowly over time while markets are down. It doesn't feel good. But bear markets are where fortunes are made. No one ever got lucky no one ever, oh man, you got in so low during a bull market. That's just not how it works. Prices are up. So prices are down. Make a plan. Figure it out. Figure out what you can afford. If you can afford it at all. If you can't afford it at all, that sucks. That's not an ideal position to be in when the market turns down. But knowing that is going to help you. It's going to help you be successful in investing. If you're investing and you can't afford to, you're going to lose one way or the other. So honestly, that's my best advice for right now. We're going to jump into the charts. We're going to look at everything as we always do. I know the dollar is being a little weird. Traditional markets are closed, so we won't be looking at stocks. But we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, crypto, and the dollar. The dollar is still trading. It still trades on the weekends, but it's usually very low volatility. So yeah, let's get into it. Shout out to our sponsors, Market Cipher and Phemex. If you're trading, check out Market Cipher. Use my promo code CROWN for 15% off. Phemex, if you're looking to short the market, if you're looking to short Bitcoin, check it out on Phemex. They have spot derivatives. They have an earn program. Really great platform. Great trading indicators. Links are in the chat, in the video description, and in the video above. Hopefully we'll find a third sponsor here. Times are tough. We need more sponsors. Times are tough. What a day. Let's take a look at what we were peeking at yesterday. Is this really what we were looking at? We were very zoomed in. It looks like that played out. We saw price rally, drop, reverse, come back up to our target, and the stream was basically over. You can see that it was probably good timing. There was not a lot of volatility, not a lot of price movement. Let's check out this day. Actually, we'll pull up CME as well. We kind of identified what looks like a descending channel here. We talked about this yesterday, and we said, well, if this descending channel is in play, what we would expect then, because we hadn't traded below 20K, is for price to drop a little bit more. Drop a little bit more down into the 18s, and here we are in the 18s. Now we would expect at least a return to the middle of this channel. That's looking like 20s, 22s. So far, so good on that. Price is below the channel. That's what this white line is. I think I'm going to make this blue just so you guys don't confuse it with other stuff, because we don't really use blue often. So blue is this channel we have identified. We have fallen below it. I think if today settles back above it, the channel's still in play. If price settles below this channel, kind of where it is now, maybe it was never a channel to begin with. We're just spotting patterns. Bitcoin, can't lie to you guys, just does not look good. Does not look good. I will say it never looks good at the bottom, but we don't have any signs of this being the bottom. 18,500. It's not really anything. It's not an important support. It's not a price level that was really important to the chart. So let's start today by looking down. Looking down. What do we have? We have a price that's not too far away. It's about 17.1, 17.2. If we zoom back to 2018, we can see that this was actually a very important level. I just got an alert. There we go. Price is going down more. 18.7. This is an important level. This was the lower high that brought us into the bear market. 2018. There is some reason to believe that support can be found there. I think that it's not impossible. He said as price is dumping. As price is dumping. 18.6, we have a lower low. When does the blood end? Oh, I forgot to make a poll. Let's put the poll on where the bottom will be. Bitcoin will bottom at blank. Let's put a poll up so you guys can vote. Don't forget, voting in the polls, chatting while we're live, subscribing. We're still waiting for someone to take the scribe-ginity today. Subscribing, liking the stream, these all count as engagement. And it does make a difference. When you hit that like button, YouTube then goes and shows this stream to more people, to new people. It says, people are engaging, they're enjoying this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into discovery. So it makes a difference. I really appreciate you guys doing it every day. Some of you, every single day you're doing this and you rock. You are the reason this channel is growing. And I love you. I appreciate you. We can get 420 likes today. We got 420 watching. 140 likes. We can get there. We can get there. Going over the supports though. 17.1. Some reason to think there could be a bounce here. And actually, I will go into why. I didn't really go into the 17.1 price mark because we hadn't broken. We hadn't broken 20K. But there's a reason that we might. And that's going to be only visible on BLX. Only visible on BLX. We'll get into that soon. We'll get into that in just a minute. Let me put it on the monthly. There we go. We'll come back to this. Let me just go through the levels. The important levels. So we have 17.1 below that, 13.8. I know this is just, again, kind of rehashing what's going on. But that's what we got to do. We're in the same position that we were in. Things look a little bit worse, a little more convincing to the downside. So these supports, these price levels, I don't know where Bitcoin will bottom. No one does. But I have very high confidence it will find a bottom at one of these price values. I don't know which one. We'll find out. Below that, 13.8. I know we've done a lot of these, so I won't go over it too bad. 13.8 major monthly support.
I'm a robot lady, moist juggles, juggling, liggling, jugglernies were so moisture, rah, 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 la, 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 juggle.
Rah, 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 la, 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 juggle. What's up? Jack and Sierra, good to see you again, man. I know you love that little voice. I appreciate the 20. Good to have you here. Cheers. I guess we did have a subscriber right before the show, Blind Melon. I don't know if you're still here, Blind Melon. Actually, we have a new patron, Brad Shearer. I don't know. I guess it just didn't show. I don't know why it didn't show. That's weird. Brad Shearer, good to have you, bro. I should make a macro for the patron thing. Anyway, 13.8. Below that, that was an important monthly level that was never back tested. 10,500 below that. 6,000. Let's call it 6,400. And 3,000. These are very far away, especially after how extended to the downside Bitcoin already is. Without a relief bounce, those levels, 3,000, 6,000, seem very off the table. They do not seem in play. The others, absolutely possible. Anything's possible, but absolutely in the realm, on the table. This is what our chart looks like. I don't know which one it will bottom off of. That's why I was going to put this poll up. So Bitcoin will bottom, I guess we can say like 17, we'll do like above 17.1. So it's like 17.1 or equal to. Then we'll do 13.8. Then we'll do 10.5. 17.1. No, I can't do the lower ones. Let's do 6K. There we go. That's good community. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Smash the like, subscribes. They might be giving this away, says Moon Man. I don't know, dude. People, here's the thing. People are like, oh my God, so low. Like, I get it. It's painful. If this is your first rodeo, my heart goes out to you, man. We've all been there. Bitcoin is still close to $20,000 a Bitcoin. That is not a small sum of money. That's a pretty big amount of money. And it's dropped 73%. It's already getting pretty close to its historic bull market top to bear market bottom number. That's a 10,005. That'd be an 84% retrace, very in line with what we've seen in the past. That's a super critical level. I don't know. I should stop saying I don't think it will. I still haven't changed my mind. I still don't think we'll ever see below 10,500. I didn't think we'd see below 20,000, so is what it is. But even at 10,000, that's still $10,000 of Bitcoin. That's an enormous amount of money. That's an enormous amount of money. It's no 70K, but $10,000 is what, roughly 1/3 of kind of the median wage in the US. What does minimum wage make? 7 times 2, 28K? Is that right? Or am I really off base? Or is it 14? I don't know. Still a very significant amount of money for many people. It isn't what it was, but I fully do believe that we will make it back to 69 and higher. I don't know when, but we will at some point. Yeah, so our macro levels, there we are. I want to talk about why 17.1 is so important. I kind of glanced over it. I was waiting to see if 20K would break. So a lot of people, you're going to hear this today. You're going to hear it today. You're going to keep hearing it. I almost made a clickbait video about it. That's right. Is that Bitcoin is doing something it's never done before. BLX isn't updated. We are below 20K. You're going to hear this, and it's actually not true. It's actually understandably incorrect. Why people would say this, I understand, but it is not correct. So they're saying for the first time ever, Bitcoin is trading lower than a previous all-time high. That's actually not true. It is trading below a previous all-time high right now. If we look back to 2013, we can say, yeah, that never happened. We never came back. We never went back to 1,100. Correct. If we look all the way back to 2001 and say $31, you'd also be correct. $31.90, never traded below again. Here is why it is incorrect to say that Bitcoin's never traded below a previous all-time high. This isn't something people love to talk about, but in reality, most people just have never seen or don't study the whole Bitcoin chart. They're correct if you're only looking at Coinbase. And on the Coinbase exchange, this has never happened. So that is a first for Coinbase. But Coinbase isn't the whole market. It isn't the whole history. on BLX. So this is the total Bitcoin traded history. It goes back all the way to 2010 when Bitcoin was at 1 cent. 1 cent. Might as well be giving it away at 1 cent. I'll agree with that. 39 or 31? No. But we have had an all-time high, and you can argue with me and say, well, that wasn't a cycle high. And I don't know. I won't argue against that. That's at least you have a rational argument. But we did actually have this happen before. This was in 2013. We had an all-time high of $268. Bitcoin fell 75%. Down to what? $65. Never went back to 31. But then it rallied back all the way to $1,100. And on the fall from $1,100, it did in fact trade below a previous all-time high. If this maybe in 2013 had only gone down a little bit and then moved back up, I would likely consider that just part of the wave to the upside. And I would say you're right. That's not an all-time high, but it had a 75% retracement. That's a cycle high. So this has happened. This is not a first for Bitcoin's history. It's only a first on, let's say, Binance Exchange, Coinbase Exchange, likely Gemini and Kraken, but not for the history of Bitcoin. This has happened. It did not kill Bitcoin. Bitcoin did not die. If anything, you can see that the rally actually became very intense after it had bottomed out. Something that is a little unnerving, and I'll side with you guys here. This is a little unnerving. If it'll come up. Doesn't want to. Oh, because we're on the monthly. Let me go down to the week. Something that's a little unnerving, and I can definitely sympathize here, is if we look back at the 20 weekly throughout all of Bitcoin's history, you can see that we have traded below it only a few times. 2015, 2015. And even when we did, we would trade below, it would get bought back up before the weekly close. We can't say, well, we have closed candles below it, so it wouldn't be a first either. But in general, you find that this is a major support level. This was down at the bear market lows in 2015. And then we zoom ahead all the way to 2018. Same thing happened. Almost identical. It had one touch, it bounced, two touches, and that was the bottom. We didn't close candles below it like we did in 2015, but it had two touches to the 200 weekly moving average before moving back up. We did touch it one more time, and this is nice because we can say, well, it won't be a first. In 2020, on the March crash, we did close below. Again, something that we need to pay attention to and should be factoring in is, well, we did close below it. It was, by all intents and purposes, a huge buying opportunity. People came in, pulled price right back above it. Even though it closed below, buyers were found. So here we are again. I can't say, with a day and 7 hours left, I can't say if we aren't going to close below it. It's definitely looking like we are going to close below the 200 weekly. But we have a little too much time for me to make that declaration. But we do know that historically it's been a good buying opportunity, even if it's gone lower. And so what we should watch for in this week and next week to come is a recovery of that 200 weekly. The past has shown us that we can actually trade below there and just kind of range for a while. That would be very uncomfortable, but it has happened. It has happened. If we start going lower, I think actually what I can say for sure, maybe, nope. Oh, Bitcoin. I was going to say we've never had a close below it and then a lower low in the next week, but actually we have. If we look back here, we did. It was very, very slightly. So we don't really have we really don't have kind of comforting things to say about this. It would have been nice if we'd never had a lower low, but if we'd never had it then we probably would have it next week or something. The thing that I'm fighting here, or I'm trying to make you guys aware of, because I want you all to stay rational and calm and logical, is you're going to hear this a lot. You're going to hear Bitcoin has never done this before, and that's why this is so scary and you should be scared. No. Bitcoin has done this. And in fact, I think I said this in the last stream, is Bitcoin, there's a lot of things Bitcoin has never done for the first time. And then it did them. And we call that a first. Bitcoin is always making firsts. It's never been this low. Let's see, if we go to the weekly, we can name firsts right now. The weekly RSI has never been this low. That's a first. Weekly RSI all the way down near 25. Never been that low. The March crash only brought weekly RSI down to 33. In 2018, when it fell from 6K to 3K, it only brought RSI down to 29 or 30. So here we go. There's a first. Does that mean we should be afraid? Not really. Doesn't mean we should feel good, but it doesn't mean much. Monthly, same thing, an even bigger time frame. Monthly is at 41 RSI. That's a first. We've never seen this happen. The March crash brought it to 48. In 2029, dropping from 6K to 3K, 43. So we're significantly lower. It's not just lower, we're significantly lower on RSI than we've ever seen. So there's some firsts. We could also say, I don't know, last year, Bitcoin, 2020, Bitcoin traded above 20K. That was a first. Bitcoin is always making firsts. It's the first time. So just doesn't mean you have to be bullish. Doesn't mean you have to think price is going up. But what I'm saying is just don't be freaked out by firsts. I remember when I was new to trading, new to crypto, and I still remember it. I don't exactly remember what it was in reference to, but I do very clearly remember someone saying, oh my God, Bitcoin's never done this before, and it just did it. And I remember getting freaked out. And had I sold everything and walked away from crypto, that would have been the worst decision of my life. So hopefully I spare some of you a little bit of the bad vibes today by saying that. Here's something pretty interesting, unrelated. So I'm just putting these trend lines here. There's going to be a lot of them. What we see right here is very much a parabolic sell-off. We see a trend of selling. Get out of here, magnet. We see a trend of selling that intensified March, which then again intensified in June. And if we zoom in, the more we zoom in, the more we can see this playing out. We see that it just keeps intensifying. You have to go down and very zoom. There we go. 4 hour. That gradient, that trend line, the angle it was at got steeper. Again, what, yesterday into today, that trend line got steeper. If we go down to the 5 minute, we can see a trend line here that's even steeper than the other ones. So what we're seeing is a parabolic sell-off, or it's exponentially, it's gaining energy, it's accelerating. If we invert it, if we invert the chart, this is kind of what we would expect in a bull market with price going up. We have a trend that intensifies, that intensifies, that intensifies, that intensifies until mathematically things can no longer continue to accelerate. And what happens when we're in a bull market and we see this? Anybody know? You all know. In a bull market, when we see this, typically we're headed for, and we won't know when, but we would be headed for a blow off top. The same is true in the other direction. In the other direction, it's true as well. I say this all the time just because I like it and it sounds cool, I think. I don't care if you don't, but I think it sounds cool. Is fundamentally in the universe, nothing can expand exponentially indefinitely. It can for periods of time, but it has to contract. The reason being is math just doesn't work. If you exponentially grow, you very quickly get to a size that is larger than all the data in the universe. I don't know if that comforts you, but it comforts me. It comforts me to know that nothing ever really can just stick to what we're seeing here. Nothing can continue to gain or continue to drop harder and harder and harder. Doesn't work that way. The same is true to the upside. Nothing can exponentially grow. So the faster, the harder you see a move in one direction, the closer you are to reversing. That goes for up and down. That's why we're always using the Fibonacci extension and retracement tool, because we're always looking for a retracement, because nothing can continue in one direction indefinitely. And here we go. You look at this, and it's pretty easy to probably even just see, looking at this chart right now. This just keeps falling harder. I don't know where the bottom is. I would assume the bottom is going to be... Actually, vote in the poll because I want to hear your guys' opinion. We've got 31% at 13.8. That's a good guess. If price goes back to 13.8, I will have a very... Well, it'll be uncomfortable, but a very redeeming moment. A very redeeming moment for our channel. Back here, when we were the only freaking bulls in the entire world, we were the only bulls right here. Just on YouTube, we were the only bulls. I don't know. I don't think anyone else was bullish. We were bullish. On the way up, we had 13.8 identified, and I said, or like as it kept climbing, we're probably in the 15, 16s, people were like, you know, what are we going to do? Should we buy in now? And I said, honestly, we have 13.8. It's a macro support level, it's macro resistance from the 2019 high. And I said, you probably can wait. You know, I would say, I think I had the exact like trajectory, something like this, to 17.1, then back to 13.8, to 20, to 17.1, to break up, to back test 20, or something along these lines. So it'll be very redeeming, not that that really matters, if it does return to 13.8, because people gave me so much shit about 13.8. I have a list in my head, I never forget, of the people I have to go back to and be like, I told you 13.8, man. Sure, it was 2-3 years later. But just a personal W. It's a very important level. I think 13.8 is a good bet. I'm still surprised that it fell and broke below 20. I'm still surprised. But it's not a first. This is crypto. This is Bitcoin, man. We're here for the volatility, and that means up and down. If it just went up, it would not be volatile. That's not how volatility works. 28% are saying 17.1 or above. I don't think that's a bad guess either. 10.5 would be... I think we have to see like another black swan for 10.5. But 10.5 would be the exact retracement from top to bottom we've seen in bear market cycles. So it mathematically makes sense. It's logical. It's not an emotional number. 6K to me, though, is an emotional number because there isn't really a history that would fit it. Yes, we were just talking about firsts, and Bitcoin loves to do things for the first time. It's very adventurous. But 6K to me is still... man, I don't think I'm that lucky. That's honestly what it is. Like, at 18.5, some of you may be very excited. You may be very excited here. This may be the lowest you've ever been able to buy Bitcoin, and you're very excited to do so. Not an interesting number to me. I'm not at all interested in buying at 18.5. I'm honestly not interested in buying at 17.1. I'm not really interested in buying at 13.8. Even 10.5, no. Even 10.5, not interested. But if we got down to 6 or 3,000, oh boy. Oh, I would be so excited. I would be so excited. I don't think it will happen for that reason. I don't think I'll ever be allowed to buy at prices I'm comfortable with anymore. I think those days are over. Let's see how the poll goes as the stream goes on. Keep voting. Keep smashing the likes. We got 270 likes, almost 1,000 watching. It's a spicy day, fam. It's a good day to be here. It's a good day to be here. Good day to be with the fam, enjoying the spice. German Gomez, taking the stream. Ginity, thank you for subscribing, my friend. Welcome. It's good to have you. Make sure you join the Discord, anyone who's new or anyone who's not in it. Ooh, here we go. Boom, breaking lower, 18.4. I do have a little short position open. It's not huge. It's already up, I don't know, 40%, something like that. This was a very kind of FOMO-y short. Our long position got stopped out, obviously, because the stop was at 20K. And I just market ordered a short because that was another long stopped. I guess I learned my lesson finally. I think I should move my stop up on this. Let's move it below. So 18.7. 18.7. Let's do 66. All right. So our short is now locked. Our short is now locked in. It'll either get stopped in a small amount of profit or price continues to roll down. What's weird to me, this is Phemex, so we can look at Glassnode, Bybit, or BYBT. We can look at those and see what funding's at. But it's weird to me. Phemex funding still neutral, still positive. After a fall like this, I would definitely expect to see negative funding across the board. Let's pull that up now. Let's pull it up right now. See how this is going. We can see this BYBT or coinglass.com. They don't sell anything to my knowledge. So this isn't really a shill. This is just a really good site for crypto data. It's free. Coinglass.com or BYBT. It's like Bybit without the I. Highly recommend you guys use this if you're looking for solid sources of crypto data. Yeah, I don't think they have anything. I don't know how they make money. Probably advertisements, and they have a bunch of Binance referral links. That's probably why. We can see here Binance, FTX, BitGet, every exchange down to, I don't know, OKX on the sell side today. Short volumes over 10 billion. And that is weird that OKX actually is the only one standing out not net selling. Phemex net buying, and so is CoinEx. Let's look at our fundings. This is what we were looking for right up here, this green and red. So we really only care about Bitcoin when it comes to these fundings. Yes, the other ones have use, but when we're talking about kind of macro market condition, this is all that's important. I will say I am a fan of what I'm seeing, and I figured that Phemex was like kind of the outlier here. CoinEx is always a weird outlier. BitMEX. Whoa. I don't know how that just happened. Whoa. BitMEX, very much net neutral, or net negative. 0.18 negative. Weirdly, Binance. So Binance actually is, this isn't negative, but it's below 0.1. Binance really doesn't very often have funding that is deeply negative or deeply positive. They usually are around neutral. We can see the predicted rates, and this is what's interesting to me, is so in the next funding, when this 8-hour period is over, we can see BitMEX actually negative 0.0229. So almost 0.03 negative. That is a big funding. Neutral rates are 0.01, which means at neutral rates, longs have to pay shorts 0.01 every 8 hours, so 0.03 a day. When funding gets really big, like up here, 0.029, say that happens, that means if that funding rate continues, shorts are actually paying longs, so there's too many shorts open essentially. So to get back to spot exchange price, shorts have to pay longs, which closes shorts, opens longs at what, 3 times 3, about 0.1% every 24 hours. That is huge. That's huge. It doesn't sound huge, but it's massive. 0.1% every day. Think about the APY on that. Every 10 days, that's 1%. There's 365 days in a year, so 1% times 36, that's 36% APY or something like that a year. That is huge. That is a big amount of money. When we see these funding rates go negative, that is typically a bullish sign, or at least a sign that the market's likely going to bounce, if only to stop out shorts. Doesn't necessarily mean the bottom's in, but usually we see it happen just to stop out shorts, seeks liquidity, etc. On these other exchanges, we're seeing pretty across the board, negative 0.1 to negative 0.2. Good. I mean, it, again, doesn't mean the bottom's in, but it's good because we have seen Bitcoin drop drastically, and we've seen funding actually go heavily positive, which means people are on leverage, longing the dip very hard, getting a little too excited, and that's usually a very bearish signal. So it's nice to have kind of this bullish vibe on funding right now. I would like to see that, let's say price continues to drop, I would like to see that get deeper and deeper. I'd like to see, we've seen very deep rates before to the tune of, I don't know, negative 0.1, which is then a 300% APY a year, something insane. I'd like to see that continue. I don't really love that some of these are starting to flatten out, like Bybit kind of returning to neutral. Bitfinex, for some reason, looking to go positive. I don't know. Speaking of Bitfinex, something that we've been watching since the 30s broke might be happening. It's too soon. It's too soon. We don't get excited, but we're going to keep watching this. Bitfinex longs. Bitfinex longs, very, very close to retracing all of yesterday's upside on longs. This is like total amount of longs. So this zoomed in might not look so important, but when you zoom out, you start to see why that might be important. In general, what we've seen in the past is Bitfinex longs, while price drops, tend to just keep opening. Historically, we've seen them reach new all-time highs. It's March. That's not a good one. Here we go. Historically, we've seen them reach new all-time highs just like we did back here. I'm going to put it on the weekly so you can see this better. I don't like these real small candles. There we go. There we are. July 2021. Bitfinex longs kept opening. They went to a new all-time high. And on the 21st, we see those longs started to drop, started to sell off. We have seen Bitfinex longs at all-time highs at many macro market bottoms, at many bottoms. So what's interesting here is that after how many days of parabolic longing on Bitfinex, this started April 10th. How does that line up with price, actually? I bet it lines up really well. April 10th? Not really. Kind of. Nah, not really. Kind of. Where'd you go? There we go. For 70 days, we've seen virtually just upside. Just green candles. Like, I wish Bitcoin looked like this, right? I wish I could long Bitfinex's longs. I said that back here in early May. Just up. Just up. We had some consolidation. This is the only candle I think that was like kind of hopeful before it just rocketed. Look at this history. Look at how long Bitfinex highs are, or Bitfinex longs are. Look how high up they are. They're almost double the previous all-time high last year. This is pretty wild. And this chart has a good amount of data. It goes back to 2017. At one point, Bitfinex was the big player in the derivative market. They're still a big player, but not quite the monopoly they had in 2017-18. Look at how high they are. We want to see these start dropping. Once these start dropping, we can be pretty confident in a bounce. That's what happened last year. We've seen that happen before. I'm not going to go through and do all the examples, but this is something we've been watching very closely along with the dollar. So, man, there's a segue to the next segment. Don't forget to smash those like buttons, guys. What's up, Zishan Meaty? Good to have you. Not a lot of new subscribers. If you're here, you know what? If you're here, because I'm worried we have a ton of bots. If you're here, put something in chat. I'm going to read the chat. Say hello. Give a hello. Just type anything. Even if you don't want to talk, you don't want to like chat, just type anything. Let me know you're here. Let's get a little spam going. Get the chat moving. Let's get it moving. Let's get moving. Because we have 360 likes. We don't even have 420 yet. We will. There we go. See, now you guys are blowing it up. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, HS, Alpha Trader, Jury, Aaron, Zach, Rajip, Ches, Kieran, Vance, Bob, Florin, Rewire, Shooting Star, Enged, Scene KS. Ooh, there we go. That's going wild. Banker, Isaiah, Z-Melt, Adsmin, Carlo, Zarge, Rob. What's up, Rob, my boy? Chris, James, Deanie Sigel, Air Random, Beans and Rice. What's up, guys? Richard, Trinity, Cole, Ed, Mario, Sinitzel, Crypto Burger, Crypto Knight. What's up, man? Crypto Pop, Craigolas, Gore, Colix, Albert Einstein, Alchemist, John, Stefan, Pablo, Sierra. Hello, Sierra. Jose, Crypto Funhouse, Rahul, Felix, Marantes, Danielle. Good to have you guys. Thank you. So we have some not bots, or you just have very clever bots. I don't know. If you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Hit the like buttons, vote in the polls, chat, etc. It all helps the stream grow. You'll see because these little spam offs, watch the viewer count. It'll go up as we're doing this. It'll go up. What's up, Kelly Boy? Jonathan. Mustafa. Mario Perry. Do I like sand? I like the beach. As a coin, Did you miss the bot check? We're kind of doing it right now. So get it in. Get it in. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Bing bong. Bing bong. Don't understand what the long count tells you. So it's basically just telling you the total amount of positions of longs on Bitfinex. So that doesn't usually outside of Bitfinex, outside of this specific example, this usually isn't like very important data. The only reason I think it's important and I'm watching it is that we've seen historical correlation. Bitfinex longs they just stop opening and start closing at the bottom. We've just seen it happen many times. So we're going to bank on that, or we're at least going to keep an eye on it. If Bitfinex longs, let's say, retraces a whole week, if you have like a whole week retracement, so we're not really in position yet, but next week, let's say like next week we see this sell off below this week's open, that might be a very good sign. It might be a very good sign. Let me keep my eyes peeled when that happens. Sandbox. I have some man. I think I own a little bit of sand, maybe. What's up, Mr. Kieran? Thanks for subscribing. Rashad. Plug. Good to have you guys. AKS subscribed. What champs. Thank you, fam. Thank you, fam. I hope my monotonous droning on today is helping calm your nerves, because that's what we need today. We need calm. We need to relax in the face of fear so that we can make rational decisions. That's the best advice anyone can ever give you. If you're ever panicked, whether it's to the upside or downside, don't make a decision. Do something else, come back, make that decision if you still feel that way. What does BTC USD longs? It represents Bitfinex. Just Bitfinex, the exchange. It represents their total long positions. Bitfinex is a weird exchange. I don't believe they do... Most exchanges, to have a long, you have to have a short. They have like 1-to-1 orders. I'm not exactly sure how Bitfinex like runs, but I think that they do it a little differently than other exchanges. I think that they allow kind of one-sided trades. I don't know where the liquidity comes from. I don't know who the counterparty is. Maybe it's Bitfinex themselves. Don't know. But it's had a big correlation with bottoms. So watch for them to stop opening. Watch for them to start closing. I'm gonna try to snipe here. I'm gonna try to snipe a better stop loss for this short. Give me 1 second, because I don't really love where that's at. Near. Because to me, this is looking... Here's what I think is going to happen. This is looking like this. It's looking like it wants to kind of make another steeper trend line by pushing in a high. Maybe it only goes like this. This is what it looks like it wants to do to me. So I'm trying to find a better spot to put this stop. I need a better invalidation. And I could use 18.7. I could use this high. Because if we're following the same pattern we've seen... Ooh, new subscribers. If we're following this pattern, what you'll notice is there's really not higher highs here. So all these short positions are safe. That makes me a little skeptical. But what that means is I'm just going to keep following price with my stop. Because I opened this at such a crappy time, I was like right here. It's kind of a breakout play. Because I opened it so crappily, I'm not going to be able to really hold it open. So let me see what that looks like on the old Phemex. On the Phemex. I'd rather keep this open because this chart does not look good. Okay. All right, they're pretty similar. 19.5. Weird. Wait, what? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, boo? Okay, 18. Okay, not 19, 18. 18.6, 18.7. 18.6, 18.7. Yeah. Yeah, let's do like 18.7. We're just going to move this down. We're going to nudge it down. Do like 18.706. I want to keep this open though. I don't like the way price action looks. Because if I move it here, I almost can guarantee it's going to get stopped. Boom. Lower low. All right. Dang, guys, this is accelerating again. I'm always very comfortable. Ugh, my allergies are killing me today. My allergies are killing me. This is accelerating to the downside. I'm always happy when we see it accelerate up or down, because that means, I know that means we're getting closer to the big move or to the reversal or to whatever. When price trades sideways for long periods of time, that's when I get bored. That's when I'm not happy. So I'm actually not too mad to see this continue falling. Of course, I have a little high short. You guys, do not financial advice. Don't ever follow my trades. I'm wrong all the time. You'll lose money. Watch me lose money. Don't lose your own money. I opened this with 25x. Oh, man. You guys never see me use leverage like that. 25x'd. Let's rock and roll. It's already 50% up as price continues to fall. Continues. 17.1 does seem very likely now, doesn't it? Let's do this, actually. Wow, my allergies are awful. They're very awful today. Our 3 fib extension all the way down here. Using our swing low, swing high. That lines up pretty well. Not bad. But it's also giving us these other levels on the way that we very likely could see some kind of bounce. Wow, just no support, man. 18.3 and falling. And falling. What app do I use to short? I use Phemex. Link is in the video description. It's at the top of the stream. It's in the chat. I use Phemex. They have up to 100x. I highly do not recommend that. And KYC is optional, so anyone can use it. It's up to you to follow your own jurisdiction, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Know your risks, especially with leverage. Know your risks before you trade. Don't be a degen. But if you do be a degen and you're not going to listen to me, you might as well use my link, because when you use my link, I get a little piece of that pie. Instead of it going to the exchanges, it goes to me. Helps support the stream, costs you nothing. But I would much rather you guys don't lose money than I make a little money. Don't think, never think that I want people to lose money so that I make commission. I don't need it. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Looks like watching a comet in very slow-mo. It does, man. Kryptonian, this is a slow motion comet. This is, you know what this is like, guys? This is probably very similar. I wasn't there, but this is probably very similar to what it was like on the Titanic, where they're on this big ass boat going like, I don't know, like 10 miles an hour in the ocean. And then, like, really far away, there's this iceberg, and people are like, no, iceberg, no. And, like, they try to turn the boat, but the boat turns so slowly that they can't turn it in time. And it's, like, a mile away, and they end up crashing into it. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. I wasn't there, but I imagine it was like that. It's like, no, guys, we have, like, 8 hours till we hit this iceberg. We got to turn the ship. And, like, all hands on deck, let's turn the ship. And just, like, couldn't do it in time. Rest in peace. Not making fun of people who died in the Titanic. I think I'm probably safe, though. That was a long time ago. Not making fun of people dying. But it is weirdly similar. It's like this big crash is coming. You see it coming. But it's just moving way slower than you'd think it would be. Yeah. Synchronized Circuits. What's up, my dude? Subscribing. Good to have you. Mike Hampton. Good to have you, my friend. Hamjit Langathasa. Hope I said that right. Roman ICKX. Chan Lol. Gale Kindstorm. Well, that's just a friendly storm. Welcome, Gale. Donnie Brassnuts. What's up, Donnie Brassnuts? Norman Menjivar. Also subscribe. Good to have you guys. If you're sitting out there and you haven't smashed the like buttons, you haven't smashed the subscribes, you haven't voted in the poll, go ahead and do that. Help the stream out. Costs you nothing. And it comes with my gratitude. Appreciate you. We got 1,300 votes on the poll, and it's getting tighter. The poll was pretty one-sided. It's getting tighter. You got 32% at 13.8K looking for the bottom. 30% of us still holding out that 17.1 or above will hold. 20% at 10.5, 19% at 6. We are pretty evenly distributed. I will say it does not happen often. Usually we're bullish. Sometimes we're bearish, but very uncommonly are we distributed out like that. All right, we broke the low again. I'm just going to keep walking price down here, I think. I'm just going to keep walking down with price in this short. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. 18.57. Wow. Geronimo. Look out below, man. I'm yelling timber. Where's my timber? Is this it? No. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. We'll spend the night. That's all I know, actually. I don't remember the rest of the words. We'll get rid of you. Get out of here, Avril Lavigne or Taylor Swift or whoever you are. I don't know. You're pretty, though. Not as pretty as Gina, but you're pretty. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, look at these red candles, dude. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to move my stop. 18.5. Let's see on Phemex. On Phemex. Phemex. I don't know. I actually don't know how it's pronounced. I pronounce everything just the way I want, as you guys are well aware. 18.5. What's at the 30 here? 18.5, so 18.6. Let's do the top of this 30-minute. 18.6, 18. 18.6. So we're going to walk it down another few points. Trading in this direction is better. When you're in profit, and you're just like, instead of, I don't know, trying to add positions, you're just following price down. This is much more comfortable. I think we can go lower. I want to be super aggressive. The problem is if we get like a huge capitulation candle, I don't want to have this closed right before, which it almost certainly will. What's up, Mel Smith 22? How you doing? Nebjosa Milasevic also subscribed. It's great to have everybody. We have a hype day going on. We got a hype day. Let's bring the stream to the moon. To the ground moon, I guess. We got 1,100 viewers. Pretty good. We had almost 3,000 viewers on the FOMC meeting last week. That was wild. Love you all for being there. 539 likes. We've already broken through 420 likes. Well done, fam. Everybody blaze it if you want. You've earned it. Well done. But can we... I wonder what 690 likes would feel like. Let's do it. We can do it right now. If everyone in here takes a mouse, puts their finger on it, clicks that little thumbs up, we can get there right now, this second. And while you're at it, you might as well hit subscribe. Hit that little bell, notify when we go live. YouTube doesn't like to notify when we go live, so. But it does help. It does help. Wow. Dude, just look at this fall. Wild. Just wild, dude. Like, boring town. This is boring town back here. This was Spookyville. So we went from Spookyville to Boring Town. This is probably Hopium Alley. A little Hopium Alley here. We fell down into sad, I don't know. Sad City. Sad City. There we go. And then we fell into just hold me. Hold me. Just that's it. Until we need professional mental health care. 17-1. I mean, with the way it's selling right now, I will say if we continue to see selling into Sunday, and Sunday closes low without bouncing, likely into Monday we see some kind of snapback. This selling is just so steep. And typically we look for retracement when selling gets a little too hot, we'll call it. A little too hot. We're not going to have any signs of bouncing yet. RSI smashed into the dirt on the 1 minute. Look at the 1 minute RSI, man. It hasn't reached overbought. It was overbought for like 3 candles back here. And it's been oversold, I don't know, starting about here. Look at that. That's wild. That is some serious freaking selling. It's like they're selling any bounce. I'm going to walk my short down again. I'm feeling pretty confident. Price is like running away from my stops. Usually it does the opposite. 8.5. If price breaks this low, 18,267. If it breaks right now below 18.2, I'll probably move my stop to right about here, 18.37. Like right here. If I was a smarter man, I might just move it to 18.4. But I'm not. I'm not a smarter man. Let's actually do it. Let's do 18.5. Boop. Right below kind of this, not support, but right below this level where it bounced and then fell. Probably 18.5 would be, 18.5, let's say 18.560 would be smarter. Right above that high, yeah. Right above this little high. It's a little sneaky stop loss move. This is the calmest trading. I don't even have to make positions. There we go. Broke. I'm going to move it down. 18.3. Not financial advice. There's a delay on the stream. Please make your own decisions. Snoop. Oh, no. That's too low. No, 18. No. Don't you come back for it. Don't you come back. There we go. 18.365. We're just following it down. Following this on down. Oh, man. Ugly day. Let's look back on the daily. Let's look back on the daily to last time we were at this price. We might be able to find some kind of like alpha secret-y support. So here we go. This is on the daily, so it's not really in the zone of comfort where we're looking at the monthly or weekly. But on our way up to 20K, before we broke the all-time high, we did have a nasty little retracement in November before rallying back to the all-time high, higher low, broke through the all-time high. We can see that here with this 3-candle reversal. We had a long red-bodied candle, a doji, followed by a long green-bodied candle, maybe not as clear or as clean-cut as some of these are. But that might not be the worst place to find at least like a bounce. And I'm not saying, not high hopes for it being a bottom, but looks pretty good for a bounce. Wait, that's at 17.1. Really? Huh. That is at 17.1. Further, yeah, kind of further making me confident on 17.1 here. I'm going to put that back, make it thicker. Let's see. A little daily here, maybe 18,000 on the dot. So these aren't macro levels. These are kind of just for this trade, kind of looking at where I might want to close it out. Maybe at 18 flat. Maybe. No, we're not. I'm up on this short, okay? But my portfolio is losing value so much faster than this short is gaining value. So silver lining there. For the greatness of Olympus. Are we going to get stop back out? That 1 minute candle is a little spicy. It's a little bit spicy on the one. Little wick. Upside. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sketty-o. Get out of here. Get out of here, bud. Don't you stop me out. I almost want to pull this a little bit. Almost want to pull it. What should I do, fam? Should I move it up just a little bit? 18.4. 20. Stopped? Ooh. Ooh. We should have gotten stopped, but we got lucky. We got lucky. It didn't actually trigger. There must have not been enough volume there. Woo! Come on. Back down. Back down. Bring it down. Bring it down. You stop hunted. You didn't stop us out. Keep going. Keep going. Let's go. Keep going. That is so lucky. We got so lucky. What's funny is, had I moved that up a little bit, it probably would have stopped me out. Sounds weird, but it probably would have. There probably would have been a little bit more buying power there, at least on this exchange, as they saw me move this stop up, which is definitely visible to some. Definitely visible to some people. We got so lucky. Now I kind of want to move it to 18.4. Right at the top of that wick. Did we just start a new hour or something? That's weird. No. If I was being a little less aggressive, I probably would have kept it at 18.6. But because this was such kind of a FOMO short, a breakout short, I gotta stay tight with it. I can't go fishing for like big gains when you do a breakout play. You're just looking to grab profit and close. Man, you guys saw that. That was wild, dude. That was wild. We get lucky like that often, I feel. Just blessed. Just blessed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Broke the high. I don't know what to do. It looks like it's going to get stopped. Looks like it's going to get stopped. But if we get stopped, maybe we can look to reopen it. Could look to reopen it. Yeah, buddy. 18.5. That's very, very, that's very thin. That's very thin. 18.488. If I get stopped out here, I'll probably look to open it back up at 18.5 if we hit it. But there we go. Stop hunt hit, and maybe price is dumping now. Whoo! This is exciting. I see why people like watching trading live. We got 1,300 viewers. 13 of the most handsome, smartest, best-looking people on the planet. That's right. Spicy day, guys. Community, if we're entering a long bear market period where we're going to see very depressing price action for like years, community is so important. Just having people to talk to. Because guess what? Your family is not going to understand. Your family is going to say, "Oh, I told you, stupid." They're going to like laugh and like be like happy maybe that you've lost money because they want to be right. I'm sure I'll get like a text or two today that people that told me not to buy it at like 3K going like, "Ha, I told you, bud." Bitcoin's going down. It's like, yeah, but you said that at 3K, man. Like now it's at 18. I'm not really sad. But community is going to be so important because just be real. No one in your life is going to understand what you're going through. No one understands the stress that's involved with this. This is stressful. I've been doing this for like 6 years. So I've gotten through it. I've gotten a little used to it. But this is still stressful. I'm still stressed a little bit. I don't like to see this. I like to see it go down under 20K. Like, that's not a comfortable spot. Community is going to be so important if you want to make it through. You want to make it through the bear market? I mean, you're welcome to join our community, everyone. That doesn't mean it's the right community for you. You got to find the one that's right for you. You're welcome to ours, but it's going to be so important because you're not going to have anyone to vent to. You're not going to have anyone to talk to about it or like be hopeful or be not hopeful with. Like, people in your life do not care, and they're likely just going to laugh at you. They're going to want to get like, "I told you so," for whatever reason. I don't know, because it makes them feel important. Makes them feel important. That's probably it. All right, 18,000. That looks pretty in the cards at this point. Wow. 1 minute market ciphers looking like hot garbage. 5 minute looking like hot garbage. 15 minute hot garbage. 30 minute hot garbage. 45 minute hot garbage. Hourly super garbage. 2 hour actually still, like we said this in the last stream when we were looking at the 2 hour, still maybe like the most hopeful, even though this still looks bad. It has some signs of rolling over, but yeah, not gonna put any more eggs in that basket right now. 3 hour looks terrible. 4 hour looks worse than all the other time frames I just talked about. 6 hour, same deal. Here's what I'm looking at when I say it looks worse. So we had a low in money flow. Money flow came down into very negative. We had a low. It recovered a little bit. And now it's fallen again lower than that previous low. That's why it looks like hot garbage to me. VWAP is moving up. Momentum isn't. Nah, it's just hot garbage, man. Hot garbage. 12 hour looks awful. We don't even have the VWAP to save us here. VWAP trending back down under 0. Money flow making a new high. We had a very brief time in positive money flow. We had a low. Now we broke that low. We can even see potentially the momentum pinching here. This is what we might be seeing play out. A little uneven butt cheeks. Cite Jason Casper. That'd be bad. That'd be very ugly. Momentum on this 12 hour was waning off for days. Days of waning. Well, not days. 12 hours of waning momentum. Fake out. Boom. Rough. Rough, man. Rough. This actually isn't a Bart Simpson pattern, but it kind of looks like a Bart. It just like looks like Bart. Dang, I can't do his bottom lip. Yeah, whatever. That's so bad. I can't draw today. Cowabunga, dude, eat my shorts. Just looks like it. It's not really a Bart Simpson pattern. If it was, it would have looked more like this, probably. Just an ugly bearish pattern. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're coming for my short. They're coming. I'm gonna get stopped. Michelangelo. Thank you, Patcast. I'm a Michelangelo. No, dude, I'm so bad at drawing. I can draw like 5 things. I can draw like a very select set of items. It's like, I think I can draw Mewtwo for some reason. I can draw like Goku. That's about it. I guess I can draw Bart Simpson sometimes. I am no artist. I'm a chartist, not an artist. Okay, 5 minute. Seen a little bounce. A minute left here. We saw something similar back here. I have a feeling I'm going to get stopped out. What do you guys think? We should have already been stopped out. Yeah, Phemex with this little 1 minute double bottom. I could see it coming back up there. I don't really want to give up those gains, though. It's okay. What's the dollar doing? Oh, it's not trading because this isn't the right dollar chart. It was looking pretty weak. I thought it traded on this other ticker. I'll try one more. Maybe I'm pretty sure it does trade. It's just like that. Like the real market isn't open. It's just like kind of the after hours. Maybe not. Maybe not. Dollar closed really crappily. Did it? Not as crappily as I expected, actually. Past the 618. No, that's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty. It closed... it closed above support. Weak. Weak. Closed a higher candle on the weekly. Weak. Wait, lame. Lame. I want the dollar to eat it, man. Closed above support. Sucks. I don't know. This doesn't look super great with kind of the inside Harambe candle or whatever you call it. Looks alright. I guess we'll have to come back to it on Monday. We'll come back to it. Close a lot of these up. Let's check on our funding. Has funding gotten more aggressive to the downside? According to BitMEX, it has. We see that was 0.028. Now it's 0.031. Kind of leveling out on these other exchanges, though. Across the board, negative funding. Here's something we haven't looked at in a while. Let's look at Max Payne. I hope they all come true so you can buy more. Same. Let's look at Max Payne. Oh, and that's not what we wanted to see. Max Payne has really moved down. Oh, people got to stop longing these options. June 19th. Is that tomorrow? Tomorrow, 19.5K. On the 20th, 19K. 24th, 30K. All right, interesting. Options a little bit more bullish into the end of this month. That is interesting. This is going to be a quarterly close, so we're going to have a lot more options closing. This is Q2's over at the end of June. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes. We're going to have a lot of options closing at the end of June. As Q2 comes to an end, Q3 starts. So we would expect maybe more volume, maybe more open interest on something like that. July 1st, the first day of Q3, where are we going to have Max Payne? 23.5. Weird. Weird. Max Payne's 30K on June 24th, and then 23.5 on the 1st. Okay. 21K into July. 26K into the end of July. Wow, that's weak. August, these have really come down. These were all at 40 or 50K. August of 2022, 24K Max Payne point. September, a little higher at 32. December at 30. And all the way out into March of next year, 30. These are going to shift around, and the farther we get away from today's date, so the farther we get on this list, the more likely they are to change. For instance, December/September of this year, these were up at 40 or 50K not that long ago. And they've moved down. So they can move back up if people start shorting options more. If they stop longing them, start shorting them more, we can see that move back up. And price doesn't have to follow these, but it has been a pretty good indicator. They've been a pretty good leading indicator. They do move around, though, so they can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. Crashing up. What's up, Business Kluge? How you doing, Shalom? Good to see you, brother. Spicy times, man. Bro, come on. How long will it take to get to 13,800? I mean, I can make up a number for you. Let me just make up a number. It's totally random. But, like, no one can tell you timing. Like, when, what, like, no one can tell you timing. What's my favorite 5-minute scalping indicator? Definitely market Cipher. No, don't come back here. I'm gonna move it. Oh, I shouldn't do it. 14, 388, 14,406. Give up a little bit of profit. Blue. All right, you gotta get to higher high. No, it's gonna come get it. Boo. I'm gonna get stopped. I know, Jess. December was 80K in March, exactly. Those things move around. People selling the mining hardware. Usually when you see people selling mining hardware, we are close to the bottom. Mortgage rates up to 6% for 30-year fixed. That's like a 2-3x gain. They were down in the 2s not that long ago. Getting housing is more expensive. Ha 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 ha. Says you're a noob, Tom. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. Thanks for joining. Thanks for that valuable input. Your area is still healthy. Good, Mario. Straight degening. Straight degening getting stopped out. Here we go. Boo. Boo, getting stopped out. We should technically like be stopped according to Coinbase. Not quite there at Phemex yet. Gonna buy back in September, George? Go for it, man. DP crypto will keep crashing until Fed stop raising rates. No one knows exactly when that is. I'd agree and I'd agree. Double agree. I've been saying that as well. Markets will bottom when the Fed stops putting pressure on them. That's why I am very much still in the mindset that the Feds are going to walk back their hawkishness. They're not supposed to worry about the economy, but everyone else does. And if everyone else is mad, the Fed's going to have pressure to make changes. Flip the chart so you feel better. That's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it. It's a good way to get perspective. Plan on being tortured till 2024. Could happen. Could happen. Stock to flow still intact, Tom. Right on, MV. I like that. Bitcoin to 0. Unlikely. Anything's possible, I suppose. I will buy all the Bitcoin in existence at 0. So if you want to sell at 0, just hit me up. Good risk to reward. Markets bottom when inflation peaks, says David. Huh. I don't know. I haven't really charted inflation rates that much. And it's kind of counterintuitive, though. If inflation's at its highest, shouldn't stocks be at their highest because they're inflated? I don't know. I'm just proposing my thinking here. Waiting for Jackson Hole. What's up, Unknown Leisures? Constantin, 58. Fed added 17 billion since June 1st to the balance sheet while advertising quantitative easing. You know, I looked this up. And it did look like they had sold some of their balance sheet, but not a meaningful amount. Huh. I see what you're saying, actually. Here we go. So a little bit of quantitative tightening, it looks like, in April. A little bit. And when I say a little bit, that's 40 million? 40,000 millions. Which sounds like a lot, but it isn't. I mean, their balance sheet's up at 9 trillion, so it's really not a lot. But I see right here, maybe this is what you're talking about. We have a little bump back up in the on the old balance sheet. They are saying that they're doing quantitative tightening. I don't know. I don't trust anything the Fed says, period. And if the Fed says one thing, I'm thinking the other. They have lost all my confidence. Good luck with forward guidance, Fed. You lost everyone's trust. You told everyone inflation wasn't real. Then you told everyone, okay, it's real, but it's just transitory. It's just temporary. Then you said, okay, it's not transitory. It's not temporary. Like, you just keep lying. And it has to be lying. These are some of the most educated humans on the planet about financial policy. They aren't just, like, off base. They're just telling us what they want the markets to hear. So that's lying. If it's not the truth, that's lying. They're saying what they think needs to be said to keep the market in the condition they want it. Problem is that can's kicked down the road. They're out of road. No more road to kick that can. Maybe they can build some more roads and then keep kicking it, but good luck. Good luck. Man, we've got a lot of comments today. Cheaper the better. People kind of jazzed about lower prices. I like that. I like that. It isn't a great signal that the bottom's in, though. Usually people are not jazzed about prices at the bottom. Why isn't 3K an option? Because you can only have 4 options on the poll. That's it. We'll do another poll. We got 2,000 votes. Let's get 2,000. We got 1,993. Get 7 more votes on the poll. We'll do it again. And I'll make it so that we can have lower numbers. And plus, you have to go through all those to get to 3K anyway, so. Gravel roads, man. Giovanni, they were talking about soft landing. Just another example of how they just keep saying it's like a girl or guy, I don't know, whatever you're into. It's like a girl trying to break up with you, but doesn't want to hurt your feelings. And so she just like keeps saying the things that you want to hear to like not hurt your feelings. That's like what the Fed's doing. It's like, no, it's not you, it's me. No, I'm not mad at you. Like, you're saying what you like in the moment might make me feel better, but like in the long run, just like wasn't reality and kind of dragged me further down this hole. That's what the Fed's doing. There's like a bad X. Bad X is lying to you. All right, we got 2,030 votes. We'll end it. That poll, the results very pleasing. 30% saying 17.1 or above. 30% saying 13.8. It was 20. 20% saying 10.5. 20% saying 6. So we'll do it this way. The bottom for Bitcoin will be... We'll do it this way. We'll do like below... We'll do below 5,000. There you go. Now you can do your 3,000. Let's do like 5 to 10,000. And then like 10,000. We'll do like above 10,000. There we go. That'll give an opportunity for people to voice their 3Ks, 2K, 0Ks, negative 5s, negative a million. Why didn't Hex collapse? Sumenth, I'm pretty sure Hex is down 90 something %, so kind of looks like it did collapse, no? I mean, the whole market did. Yeah, I don't know. What do you, I feel as if you said that without knowing what Hex was trading at. Hex below, dude, Hex looks like it's going to trade at 2 cents. I would say this is a collapse, my friend. Crypto does this. It can recover, but oh wow, that's not even the whole, that's not even the extent of the damage. Hex is down 94, 95%. That's, I don't know how it would be anything but a collapse. You got support at 2.2 cents, 2.1 cents. Another 30% down. You made it this far. Made it this far. Oh man, price is just messing with me now. It's messing with me. Whoa, look at all these drawings. Get rid of that. There we go. There we go. And you got a little bullish divergence on like the 1 minute. Dude, look at this negative money flow. There is no positive signs here. 15 minute, you do have a higher low. That's not terrible, but money flow is just draining still. I want to see money flow reverse, and then I'll start believing that higher low. Got some more subscribers. I love it. I love the new fan. What's up, Real Case? Paul Thompson, Nick Tolento, William Pillow. Hello, William Pillow. Mage Roland, Dwan Self, Dwan Yusuf, sorry. Yutuku, Demir, Alex Pat 26, Kickboy Prince, Brazelton 2, Hood Members TV, highly recommended TV channel. Lowkey Jabroni. How you doing, Lowkey Jabroni? We got 1,300 viewers. We're all here. We're all in the same position. I'm down a ridiculous amount of money versus November last year. I'm right there with you. You know, I might be down a ridiculous amount of money, but I'm also still up a ridiculous amount of money versus 2018, 2019. I don't know. It's all perspective. It's all perspective. If you started in crypto last year or the year before, probably not having a good time. I feel you, man. But everyone who's been in this space has gone through this exact thing. It's going to be okay. Also, guys, it's okay to take a break from crypto. You're allowed to. It'll be here when you get back. Everyone takes breaks at some point. I don't because this is what I do. But it's okay. It's healthy. If you got to get your mind off of it, it's summertime. Go have fun in the sun. Go swimming. Go to the beach. Do something fun. Be with friends. Like, that's okay. It'll be here when you get back. We'll be here when you get back. That's right. I'll be here. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Because I'll be here whenever you return. We only have 400 votes, so I won't even read into it yet, but majority of us are thinking above 10K. 39% of us thinking 5K or less, 10 to 5, less than 10K. God, I can't speak. It should have just been above 10K or below 10K, shouldn't it? That would have been a good one. It's Pride Month? I don't think so, bud. Craig Bowen's right on, dude. It's dead. It's all over, and that's why it's 4x the price it was 3 years ago. I mean, technically, what is it? From 3K to 18. 3, 6, 9. It's like 6x the price it was in March of last year. But it's dead. I was saying that earlier. People were like, oh, it's like worthless now. I don't know. $20,000 pretty worthful. $18,000 pretty worthful. Not as much as it was, but yeah, we'll take a peek at ETH. I had some pretty bearish predictions for ETH. Let's see where they're at. I'm bad at math too, Craig. Don't worry. Bad at math. All right, well, we had our little bounce from 1100. Ethereum is in full price discovery. Full downward price discovery. You don't really have much here. You don't have much. My sight's definitely set farther down. Probably 7.5 to 6,500. Maybe we can use this fib here, see if we get anything. See if we catch a fib. 886, 815, not bad. Not really where I was expecting them to be. There you go. Your 3, interesting. Our 3 fib extension on Bitcoin from our little swing low to swing high. Oops. From our swing low to swing high. Dang it. Swing low to swing high. There we go. This exact same swing low to swing high on Bitcoin, the 3 extension is exactly, I think, at what, 17.1, right? No, 17 here. Yeah. That's pretty spicy. That's actually hella spicy. That exact same swing low to swing high points to major Bitcoin support right around 17.1, 17.2. On Ethereum, using the same thing, it brings us right to 650. Or like kind of 650, 750 range. That's pretty spicy. Still a great time to DCA. Anytime candles are red is a great time to DCA. But this is a pretty terrible time to look to take a leveraged position on Ethereum. That is my honest opinion. You can try to short, I don't know. But this is a terrible time to take a leveraged position on Ethereum or to kind of go all in on spot. You have no reason. You have maybe $1,000 is like a psychological level. But even if you zoom into 1,000 right here in this local price action, it looks crappy. It looks super crappy. That psychological level bounce price, it got sold into, it fell below, back tested it on the hourly, and now it's fallen farther. You're buying a knife. We don't give financial advice here, but Ethereum is a knife. Sure, it could randomly reverse here and go to the moon. Anything is possible in markets. But there's no technical reason. No technical reason. Maybe we have this 2 fib extension, maybe, for a very short-term position. Someone could do something like this. From like, I don't know, 8:30 or 9:30 to like 980 back to that 618 retracement back to where there was a little bit of support, but wouldn't recommend it. Would not recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. All right, our short is still going. I think our stop did not get hit, and our stop's basically right where this high was anyway. There's really no reason to adjust it yet. Our short is now up 75%. That's pretty wild. It is on 25x, that's why. So price really hasn't moved. The leverage is just irresponsible. I've never opened any position with this much leverage on a stream ever. So there's a first. There's a first. There's a first. I love how it's kind of just moving sideways now. Thank you. Thank you, Bitcoin. Every time we go live, you get boring. We did catch a little bit of this fall while live, which is cool. We started 86 minutes ago. We still have over 1,000 viewers. You guys are the best. We have over 1,100 viewers. Let's see. Hourly just closed. Let's check it out. Very low hourly close. I'm going to set another alert. All right. So I'm going to get stopped out, I believe. I'm going to get stopped out here. I may look to reopen it. Maybe back here. What's the 4 hour showing? Okay. Brave Help Center. Thanks. 11 minutes. Wait, that's on the 24 minute. Okay. 4 hour. Whew. 4 hour does not really look like chilling, does it? Does not appear to be chilling. That's such a steep decline, man. Holy hell. We very easily may see lower today. It would be very I wouldn't expect it, but it'd be very interesting if we traded all the way down to like 17.2 today. That would be quite a show. Quite a show from the Bears. Music just shut off. Let's get those tunes back on. Oh, no, they're back on. There we go. Here we go. Michael Saylor pooping himself. I don't know, man. I don't think Michael Saylor... I don't think Michael Saylor gives an F. Dude's loaded. He probably cares more about his MicroStrategy stock going down. Here we go. Make sure you smash the subscribes and likes. We got 844 likes. Can we get 1,000 likes? That'll make my day. It's a rough day. We have 850. We have 1,100 viewers. We could get to 1,000 likes in this second. If you haven't hit the like button, if you just go one click, done. We could do that right now. That'd be amazing. They'll make my day. I believe in you. Hexrazor has subscribed. Aman Ayora. Sniper's Nightmare. I wonder how you're a nightmare for snipers. Are you just very loud? And they're like, hey, you're giving away my position. Howard Martinez. Real Case, Paul Thompson. There we go, going lower. Boom. Just broke that low. Phemex reflecting the same. Let's check out our funding rates. Hovering around the same price. Very, very subtly getting more negative very slowly. ETH already broke lower than when we were literally just looking at it. And BTC USD did break lower, just slightly. What's up, Burnett? Burnett 33407. I gotta get off the 1 minute, man. This is messing with my brain. I think our stop's still good, and with this lower low, it's cemented better, even, as we have a lower low. If it does come and stop us out at 18.4, it's probably going to continue to the upside for a bit. I can see 18,289, little 618 retracement there. Kind of, even visually, is right here at our trend line. Right about here. Pretty visual. I want to move it down, but I want to keep this open. I want to keep it open. This is a really bloody weekend. I think it's a very good weekend to have this open. Oh, yes, the subscribers. Bar Marielvi. Adrian LZ, what's up? Good to have you, fam. We are here in the darkest of days. We will be here in the darkest of days. So make sure you're subscribed and in the Discord. After the live streams, we do airdrops. You'll get some Satashis just for being in there. Not a bad reason to join. You can also keep up with our live streams there. You know, the good stuff. Chat after the live. Make fun of Tom for being bad at TA. You know how it is. Another lower low on the minute. This hourly bringing more pain here. What a way to start it. Nothing looks good, man. Selling momentum increasing. Down to 18,000. Wow, it is actually getting spicy. We have come within such a small margin of 18,000. We traded down to 18,090 in the last minute. Womp. Womp. Let's get rid of this. And actually, we're going to do this in the other direction now. Haven't really hit any extension of any kind. Oof. Oofed. Oofed. That's not good. But we hit 18. We hit 18. 18,042. We do have a little rhyme or reason as to why there could be support here. I don't have high confidence in it. But if we look back to previously, right before we broke the all-time high in 2020, 18,040, we could say, okay, that's 17.5, but really then that's so close to our 17.2, what's the point? But we rallied, tested the all-time high, had a higher low before breaking through it, and 18,042, that's where our daily candles closed, and we really didn't look back. So there could be some support there. I'm not nearly as confident in this than, say, these macro levels below us. These macro levels are time-tested, big boss supports. This 18,042 is just kind of, I don't know, just kind of for the sake of doing TA. These levels, though, these are the big boys. This is what we're looking for. 17.1, 17.2, 13.8, 10.5, 6.3, 6.4, and 3,100. All the way down there. There's no way to know when the bottom will be, and no one knows it. There'll be infinite people who will tell you they know, but they don't know. They're just saying a number, and if it turns out to be true, then they'll say, I told you so. And if it doesn't turn out to be true, you'll just never hear from them. That's the way of the world. No one knows. If anyone knew, it wouldn't be the bottom. I really do believe that. No one knows the bottoms or the tops. Not even the big boys. Not even the big boys. They might have a better idea than we do. But no one knows the exact bottom. Are you threatening my short? Kind of are. I'm liking the stop loss. The problem with it, though, is if it gets hit and it keeps going up, I don't really have a great place to reopen. I guess 18.5, but our stop loss is at like 18.4, so that's not really helpful. We could look here, actually. Was that back tested? Oh, I don't like that. So, 18.7. This was back tested like on the 1 minute. I don't usually count that, and I won't here. So I'll say it's unback tested, but it didn't just fall straight through. It did kind of come back up. All right, it's not even visible on the 5 minute. There's no back test. So 18.7 actually likely where I could look to re-enter if it does get stopped. Let's see on a bigger retracement what we might look for here. Not a lot. Not a whole lot. 18.9. Maybe. I don't know, man. Usually it's pretty clear cut, like where you can re-enter. But not seeing it here. Not seeing it. It's not clear. It looks like it's coming right for our arrow. Right for that arrow. It's magnetic. Uganda just found 31 million tons of gold. I don't think there's 31 million tons of gold in the world. How many tons of gold are there in the world? Huh, no, I'm wrong. There's 244,000 metric tons of gold to date. That's like from a while ago. There we go, baby. Send it. Huh, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. Did they find it or did they extract it, I guess? They're big things. Because it's not that we're out of gold in the world. It's just that if it's not profitable to mine it, there's no point in mining it. Kind of like Bitcoin. Above. Okay. Getting spicy. I like that little wick. Still time to get up there. Crypto faces short. I'm short too, George. We're all short, baby. How is crypto something too short? Who is taking the bet? Someone. Someone's taking the bet. If you're shorting, someone's taking the long. For the most part. Most crypto projects are scams. I agree, Teamworks. I've always said that. It's just never been a popular opinion. You wish you were born 200 years in the future. Fair enough. Gold ore, yeah. Probably. 31 tons of ore, not gold. Oh, so then they probably have way, way less gold. Yeah, we booted the naked spam guy. There's a bunch of them. We've banned like 7 of them during this live stream. 31 million tons. Wait, you said 31 million tons? There's only 244,000 tons of gold that's been extracted. So somehow I doubt there's 31 million tons of gold somewhere. I don't know. The price of gold is due to extraction costs, exactly. So if there's 31 million tons of gold that's easily available, then gold is effed. You've just... what, 10... just 70x the supply of gold overnight. Gold to 0 then. There we go. Get that circle and arrow, buddy. Get it. It didn't get it. Go. Gold has been stagnant, dude. Gold had a 10-year rally after an ETF and then never moved again. Adrian LZ, I loved your live with Jerome Powell. Worth the subscribe. Thank you, sir. We do those every month. So July 15th will be another one. Hopefully you all join us for it. Those are a lot of fun. We've made like an event out of it. It's pretty funny because it's a super uninteresting thing. Like, Fed announcement, not a very interesting topic. Not a very... people aren't like, woo, can't wait. And we've been doing them here for like a year or two. And we've... 2 years. And we've kind of made it like into a fun event. I like it. I'm broke, we're all broke. I'm broke, buddy. I'm not cash broke, but my investments are riggedy wrecked. Gold isn't infinity. It's not infinity on Earth. But in the universe, it's infinity. I mean, that's not really relevant today. Someday. You wonder if that's Sour Patch Kids? It's actually menthol blue slushy. Thank you for wondering. What's up, Jeffrey? Katuya, your liquidation is 16K. What can it be possible today? I mean, you're $2,000 away. That's about a 10%, I would say a 12% move. I'll say it's unlikely today that we hit 17K. Doesn't mean we won't hit 16K ever, but it's unlikely that we will today. We've already dropped a ton. If we drop to 16K today, I think the bottom will be in. The hell is affinity fraud? It's a felony in the US. I don't know what that is. Google it. Is a type of investment fraud in which a con artist targets member of an identifiable group based on things such as age, race, religion, etc. Then a fraudster pretends to be part of the group. Thank you for that info, I guess. I don't know. Maybe $31 million worth of gold. That sounds a lot more likely. 200 million Ethereum just got liquidated. Let's look at whale alerts. Let's look at whale alerts. Do not check your portfolio is the first tweet I see when I open it. By the way, guys, crypto fear and greed at record lows. Record lows. We had a reading of like 8 a few days ago. Now we got a reading of 6. If you want to follow me on Twitter, do it. I post good stuff. Here's the tweet. 6. This is the lowest reading, I believe, ever. I'll look again. There might have been a 5 in like early 2019. There might have been. I think it was a 6 though. Either way, gives you a good idea of just how much fear is in markets right now. It's weird because when we broke 20K, I would have expected a record low, and we didn't get it. Now we have a record low. Honestly, fear and greed was a great tool, a great indicator for 2-3 years, and now it just seems kind of irrelevant. It seems very lagging. Seems very lagging. Pixels Planet just subscribed to your channel. You seem like an honest man. Thank you, Pixels. I appreciate that. I think if I'm anything, I'm an honest person. I'm not always right, but I'll always give you my honest opinion. I do my best. I want everyone to do well. Like, I love crypto. That's why I started this channel. I love crypto, and I want other people to love crypto. And there's just not many sources of good information. And so I want it to be one. I do my best. Back up to 18.3. Flirting with our stop. Get out of here. Ooh, broke through that descending trend. Cool. Cool. We could have a deeper retrace on our hands if we can actually close a candle above it. 5 minutes, or 2-3 minutes on the 5 minute here. Close above. Could mean to move back to 18.5. But of course, just like that, it's selling back under. Womp. How to get free airdrop. You just have to join the Discord. It's not like you get $1 million, but you get a few Satoshis. All you have to do is click the Discord link or type it in discord.gg/TomCrown. When you get in there, you'll see 2 or 3 rooms that say verify. The one that says verify. Click the green checkmark icon, and then you're in. If you can see like any chat rooms or anything, you're verified. That's it. That's all you have to do. Coins just being pumped and dumped right now? Yep. Yep, I unhid them. We have one of the moderators has got quicker fingers than me. Bitcoin needs the devs to burn to fix this. Devs don't have the ability to do that, fortunately. Can I buy ETH at $100? Maybe. USDD is sinking, and no one was surprised. Like, I don't know what Justin Sun's doing. He's a smart guy, so I imagine he has a play. Like, maybe he's shorting it. I don't know. Reverse head and shoulders forming. Well, we don't have it yet, but I do see what you're talking about. Our low broke, and we really didn't see a selling event, and now we're watching price kind of inch back up. It has a little bit more to go before it's potential inverse head and shoulders, but not a bad eye. Jumping the gun a little bit. WTF, no one cares about fear and greed index. It's nonsense and stupid. People did. People did. I just said I don't think it's really a good indicator anymore. But at one point it was. At one point it was very good. It just goes to show you when too many people are looking at the same thing, it doesn't tend to happen. Fear and greed needs a negative read. There's no such thing. It's just 0. 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. I don't know why this opened weird. Ethereum hasn't honestly moved that much. It broke its low, now it's kind of just right at that low. Let's check in on my little buddy Litecoin. Because Litecoin, the underdog, man. The underdog, Litecoin. It's been doing some stuff. I don't know where. I don't know which chart. Litecoin's doing stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Hit a bottom. Macro or local, I don't know. But it hit a bottom on the 13th before Bitcoin fell. Before it fell to its low. It's been trending up ever since. Now this is Litecoin, LTC BTC. So this isn't Litecoin in dollars. This is Litecoin's value versus Bitcoin's value. From its low on the 13th, it's up 42%. What that means essentially is if, and this is, don't expect this to happen, but this is just an example. If you had bought 1 Bitcoin worth of Litecoin, so if you had market ordered in LTC BTC 1 Bitcoin, right now, the amount of Litecoin that you bought down here, if you sold it right now, you would have had 1 Bitcoin down here. Now you would have 1.45 Bitcoin if you sold it. People didn't really talk about the Bitcoin pairs this bull run, but we all used to pretty much just trade the Bitcoin pairs, the OGs. And to see Litecoin doing this is pretty interesting to me. Now, it has a long way to go. Let's get rid of that. Long way to go. It's not on the moon. But it is recovering while Bitcoin sells off, which is pretty interesting. What this means is, so Litecoin LTC USD is likely going down as well. But it's not going down as much as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going down deeper, greater percents than Litecoin is right now. So it's up 41% since the 13th. It's not necessarily time for moon, but as this week continues, as this month continues, man, look at the weekly. Bullish engulfed on the weekly. The month, a little bit more to go. A little bit more to go there. 0.002546, currently at 0.00422426. 5%. It's already gained 41%, 5% more, and it could close June as a bullish engulfed candle. That'd be pretty wild. That'd be a pretty good sign. I'm actually going to change this to bull engulf month. Nice. Go to the quarterly. Still got a long way to go. Actually, not that much though. This quarterly will turn green. If LTC BTC in the next 12 days moves up another 12%. It's moved up more than that in the last 12 days. Just putting these ideas out there. That would be pretty spicy. If this closes green, we haven't had a hammer on the quarterly. It looks like ever for Litecoin, actually. That could be pretty bullish. Time will tell. Maybe it just gets faded here. Maybe it gets faded at the weekly level. Maybe it gets faded at the monthly level. Oh man, I'm itchy. My allergies are awful today. But it's something to watch. It's something to watch. If this happens all throughout the bear market like Chainlink did last time, I won't be too sad. You're not profiting in dollars, but your Bitcoin value is going up. It's funny how foreign of a concept that is now. That used to be pretty much all we talked about, and now it's kind of a foreign concept to new investors. There we go. 18.3, retesting 18.3 right now. We might be moving back up to that high. Maybe that inverse head and shoulders will play out. I forget who said it, but all we need is to retest the neckline. That'd be about 18.4. any kind of shoulder, any kind of sell off into a higher low, you got your inverse head and shoulders. That is reading into price kind of far into the future. What we need to see is a retest of the neckline. So we need to see 18.4, which means we need to have my short stopped out. If my short gets stopped out, we could be seeing an inverse head and shoulders on small time frames, like 5 minute. We got 1,300 votes. 61% of us think that the bottom for Bitcoin will be above 10K. 39% of us think it will be below 10K, with 16% of us saying below 5K. That's pretty bearish. I think I will side with above 10K. I'll side with it. Litecoin didn't do much in the last bull run. Yes, correct. You can see that very clearly here. Did not do much. So Litecoin valued against Bitcoin was basically at its high in 2018, and it's lost strength, meaning it hasn't gained as much as Bitcoin. It's lost more than Bitcoin. But that may be changing. We'll see. Time will tell. That may be changing. I like what it's doing. I like what it's doing. I like this V-shaped bottom. We haven't seen V-shaped bottoms like this on Litecoin Bitcoin pair since 2017. We really haven't seen anything similar to that since maybe here. Oh wow, actually that's freaking me out. This looks crazily similar. What? That looks crazy similar. Well, we have the V-shaped bottom, which is what I was originally looking at. But look at this essentially fall and then like shelf into the V with like a close and consolidation right around at the highs before it fell. Now watch, we'll go to today. That looks very similar. Wow. We have this fall and then kind of this shelf. It falls into the V. So what would we want to see here to follow the same pattern? We'd want to see it move up to the weekly level, consolidate, back test basically the previous highs here, and then move up. Not saying this is going to happen for sure. There's no guarantees in trading, but I'll be damned if this doesn't look remarkably like that. I'll be damned. These look remarkably similar. Can you see it? Do you see? Let's delete this so you can actually see. Do you see? It's kind of hard to see though. I don't know. I bought more Litecoin. I bought like a few dozen Litecoin down here in the kind of like 1800, 0019, 0018 level. So those buys are up. I bought them down here. Those buys are up a solid 25%. So however much Bitcoin I put in, plus 25% is the value of Bitcoin I have now. So if I sold it, I'd have had 25% more. This is how I've done the majority of my trading. I trade USD pairs on stream because it's what people know. We did a lot of USD pairs throughout the bull run because it's what people wanted to see. But the majority of my trades have been against Bitcoin. And the reason for that is I want more Bitcoin. I'm not really like looking for more dollars. I'm looking for more Bitcoin. Because whenever the market gets hot again, my stack will be bigger. That's my goal. It doesn't have to be your goal. My goal is indefinitely. I will forever try to stack Bitcoin. $75% down, should you be worried? I don't think worrying is going to be productive. Should you be comfortable? Probably not be comfortable either. But worried? I don't know. Doesn't really seem like it'll help you. Litecoin looks so good, dude. It does. I know. In USD pair, I don't think it looks as good, but I haven't looked at it. More Bitcoin. I might get my wish. I mean, I always get it. I've always been stacking it for years. Litecoin's held pretty well, though. In fact, yeah, it has not set a new low today. It hit $40 on the 13th, and it's holding, at least for now, that $40 level. Still trading at 44, so it's up 10% from the 13th low, 14th low. You compare that to Ethereum, you compare that to Bitcoin, and you'll see this has actually performed well. It pained me to only look at USD pairs throughout this bull cycle. But it was a good practice because I honestly never paid attention to them. Before this bull cycle, I couldn't tell you really what dollar values most of these coins were at. I could have told you what their value in BTC was, but not in dollars. Because to me, this is more important. This is more important. When it's trending up, and this is any BTC pair, when it's green, when it's moving up, that means you're outpacing Bitcoin. When it's red, that means that Bitcoin is outpacing it. I want my assets to be outpacing Bitcoin so that I can sell them for more Bitcoin into the stability, into the safety of the coin. It wasn't until like last year that I really was looking at USD pairs, and that's just because that's all that the new generation knew. I would say, oh yeah, it's looking good in BTC pair, and people would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what that means. BTC pair. If you know any OGs in crypto, they know what BTC pairs are. Like, they've traded for years in BTC pair. That was our only option. We didn't have a way to do it. We didn't have another way. Now we do. Thank you, Tether. Stable coins. I love Tyler S. His tweets are funny. I'm going to retweet him. Okay. A little tricky here. Bitcoin. Even BitBoy has been tweeting some funny stuff. BitBoy tweeted, guys, I'm in a massive short right now with literally every single dollar I have left. My liquidation is 250K for Bitcoin. Sure would be unfortunate if a stop loss hunter were to see this tweet and liquidate me. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah. Oh man, I'd be so liquidated at 250K. Oh no, please don't. Please don't liquidate me, whales. No. No. That's funny. All right. See, typically I would say this is looking like a bottoming, like a local bottoming pattern. We have one touch, two touch. It looks like we're gonna have a third higher touch, a 1, 2, 3 bottom. Typically we would look for some kind of retracement. The problem is that we just keep seeing this kind of pattern and then it keeps shitting on us. Like back here we had a similar pattern. We had what, a low, lower low, higher low, 1, 2, 3 bottom. It reversed, but it didn't get us anywhere. That's a lot like what it looks like it's doing right now. It looks like maybe we get a reversal, but that reversal doesn't really bring us back anywhere significant. If it even gives us like a retracement at all. We've seen them kind of skipping. Dude, I don't know what's going on. My allergies are so bad. I think the dog must be shedding because it feels like I have dog hair all over me, which is making me itchy. I'm mildly allergic to my dog. Mildly. Very mild. Much more allergic to, like, apples. Our short's still alive. Still staying alive. Oh, staying alive. I think I'm going to keep the stop there. That's a pretty strong stop. That's pretty strong. We got 1,000 likes. We have 1,000 viewing. We're right on. It's been a good stream. We caught a lot of the spice. It's not quite as spicy now. We did like a 2-3 hour stream. What was that? One sec. Loading. YouTube's not loading. Just not loading. Boo. I'm trying to see like when was the last time we streamed. Okay, there we go. Yesterday we did like a 2-hour stream. On the 15th we did a 2-hour stream. On the 13th we did a 3-hour stream. 11th we did a 2-hour stream. We had a lot of hours logged. We got a lot of hours logged over the last few days. If this doesn't break down here, because it very well might. We've seen these lows break more than once actually in this live stream. If this doesn't break down here, it's probably going to be boring. And I don't want to like burn too many hours streaming if it's not spicy, because I know tomorrow's close is going to be spicy. I know Monday's close is going to be spicy, or Monday's open will be spicy. You dick Bitcoin, just move. Bring the pain, rip the band-aid off, man. I still have laser eyes on Twitter, by the way. I will have laser eyes on Twitter until Bitcoin breaks 100K. I don't care if it takes a decade. I'll just have laser eyes for a decade. Oof. Check in on your friends today in crypto. Like I said, I was saying earlier, family and friends aren't going to understand this. That's why community is so important. But not everyone has community. So if you have friends in crypto, reach out to them today. And just be like, yo, man, I'm just thinking about you. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Just check in on them. That's what friends are for. No one else is going to get it. You understand that. Your friends and family don't get it. If you're lucky enough to have friends in crypto, I don't. I mean, only online. What's up, Ben Thermier? Good to have you, brother. Chaos Theory. Kerry Ualti. Ricardo Pivovarsky. Aditya C. Zohar. Gur. Satish Didas. Dragonfly. John Dinsdale, Deep Rhonda Tomar, Joe Antonia Marie. We got more subscribers. Great to have you. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, join us. Subscribe, enable notifications so you know when we go live. We don't have a set schedule. We go live when the market's hot, so you want notifications enabled. Just click that little bell. Join the Discord. We're going to do an airdrop after the live stream. You'll get a few Satoshis just for being there. It doesn't cost you nothing. And it'll help you keep up with our lives. If you haven't checked out Market Cipher, it's the best indicator on the market. Best indicator on the market. You see me use it all the time right here. Highly recommend it to any serious trader. You use my link, promo code CROWN, 15% off. And Phemex, if you're looking for an exchange, KYC is optional so everyone can use it. They have leverage up to 100x. They have spot. They have earn. You can get APY yield like these other platforms used to, but they lend on their platform. They're not dabbling in really risky DeFi crap and then being insolvent. Check them out. They're an exchange I trust as far as I trust exchanges. Of course, not your keys, not your coins. So it is what it is. But I trust them as far as they go. That's going to do it for today. If things get very spicy, we'll definitely jump back on. But for now, we've been on 2 hours. It's time to take a break. I gotta get some food. Follow me on Twitter. Check out the We Are CC podcast. All the links are in the chat. Signing up using these links for Phemex and Market Cipher is a great way to support the stream without costing yourself anything. You're going to use these tools and products anyway. And now we get the red candle. So maybe we're not ending the stream. We'll see how far this goes. Maybe we're not ending it, because I said if this doesn't fall, that it's going to get boring and we're going to end it. But now it's falling as soon as I go to... if this is your first time here, every time I close the stream and stop it, price runs. Up or down. Every single time. Like the second I hit end. You see here, I was just talking about it, and it started dumping. There we go. Get your subscribes in quick. You'll also get shouted out if you subscribe now. Limbalil. Jeffrey Hode. Riera. Tyson Coin, Lorgic, Ben. I got Ben before. Fragiscos M. What's up, guys? Oh, lame. You're going to find support right there. Okay. I thought it was going to go dump city. It still might. Keep going. Keep it going. I'll stay on. I'll stay live. Are you going? We're waiting on you. Hardy Farik. Welcome, friend. It's great to have so many people subscribing today. I think we've had 200 or 300 subscribers while we're live. It doesn't, for some reason, doesn't alert every single time. I have no idea how it decides to do that or not. I have no idea. But I can tell on my end, we've gained maybe 200 or 300. It's pretty damn good. It's good to see people joining. If we're going into an extended bear market, I'm telling you, community is going to be the most important thing for your mental health. Yeah, we've gained 200 subscribers just in this live stream. Right on. We went from 60,300 to 60,500. Well played. Well played. I'll give it a few minutes to see if it's crap in the bed again or not, if it's going to be boring. Basically, you can go back to the beginning of this episode. You can see all the analysis we did, all the insights into trading, into the crypto space, etc. DVR is enabled. Probably won't timestamp it because I'm lazy. What's up, Dominique? McDyer, Andy F, Harry, Fisher 69, James D Boyle, James Boyle. Good to have you guys. You can see all of the analysis. It's still there. Check it out. It'll be uploaded. You can check it out right after this live or while we're live, etc. Check out the playlist that's pinned to the top of the chat for my short updates, little updates on the market. In that playlist, I have multiple videos, like for Ethereum, for XRP, for Bitcoin, for Cardano, etc., of very quick, to the point analysis of the macro supports. Kind of like for Bitcoin, we have 17.1, we have 13.8, we have 10.5, we have 6.4, and 3,000. But they're in like a 30-second content, 30-second video, very easy to digest. Good stuff. So check those out. Come on, Bitcoin. I know if I end the stream, it will just rocket. It'll be like a rocket up or a rocket down the minute I end it. JH, what's up, my man? Renee Tay Monanu. Welcome. It's good to have you guys. Jump in the Discord. Yes, it's getting boring. Jump in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. You can check out the podcast. We are CC. It's r/cryptocurrencies official podcast, and I am the host. We have 5 million subscribers. At me. Our sponsors, Market Cipher and Phemex. Check them out. Great stuff. Jason Salvador, great stuff. Yeah, this is going to wait till I end it. Son of a bitch. Is what it is. Well, I'll do you all a favor by ending the stream, and I'll let Bitcoin run. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll be live again tomorrow. I hope you're here with us. I love you all. Parting thoughts. Stay calm. If you're freaking out, go do something else. Come back if you feel the same way. Make that decision. But don't make decisions when you are in an emotional state. When you're panicking or euphoric, don't do it. Doesn't end well. Leads to regret. Here's your gift. Bitcoin's about to move because I'm closing the stream. See you on Discord, guys. I'll catch you soon. Crown out.